Hey guys, this video is going to be pretty quick. I'm just going to tell you about my new process for handling out of stock orders, okay? I used to just kind of cancel them and claim that the buyer did, but eBay, that's technically lying to eBay because there's a couple ways you can cancel an order, so let's go over that real quick. First, let's find an example of an item that is now out of stock so I can show you what typically happens. Okay, here we go. This item is out of stock. So if we go to our source, we get the order, you're all excited, right? Because you're like, oh, I'm making money, got in a sale, I'm excited about the sale, and then you go, and then you find the item, and it's not there, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to Google it, I'm going to find it that way, and then I'm going to do this, and then it's, wait. That's not what I'm talking about, is it? Oh, no. Oh, hey, the blue one's in stock now. Well, that's cool. Ah, but shipping's not available. Anyway, my point, see, items out of stock. Well, what do? I could send the wrong item, which in some cases I would do, but what if it's an international item? I can't just rely on Walmart's free return process for an international item. So what do? Well, to be honest, moving forward, I now just mark, if it's an international item, I mark it as out of stock, so I edit the note, so it says out of stock, and then I just do nothing. So I don't send the item, and I actually keep the buyer's money. And then what I do is I wait about a week, and then I send the buyer a message asking them to open an item not received case or a return case. And then once they open that case, then I give them a full refund. And the reason that I do this is because that way, one, I'm not breaking any policy for eBay. Yeah, there's some ethical stuff about the fact that I'm not sending an item and I'm holding on to the buyer's money a little bit. But as soon as they open the case, I refund them straight away. So, think what you will about that. Two, it does give me a bit of cash flow to play with for a little bit because I have like a week before, unless the buyer notices straight away that the item hasn't shipped out, but that's unusual usually. But the reason I do it that way now is because there's literally no punishment for me. There's nothing that will go wrong that way. Because you can look, let's say we wanted to cancel this order, right? What eBay punishes you for is canceling. They will punish you if you click this. And if you click one of these, they won't punish you. But they have the ability to notice that you lied and switch it to this and then punish you for it. That's something that can happen, and it has happened to me in the past, just on a very small scale. So what I would rather do is just know eBay's rules well enough that I respond to situations in a way that I cannot get screwed, at least until they change their rules, right? And the way the system currently works, there's nothing wrong with cases being opened against you as long as you close them in your favor. And a full refund will always close the case in your favor. And sometimes closing a case in your favor actually gives you protection from like bad reviews and that kind of stuff. So there's some other like fringe benefits. But I legitimately don't spend, oh man, I have to fix my screw grid. Anyway, that's a different video. I don't spend any time worrying anymore. Once I can tell, once I get to this point and I see that the item's out of stock, if I'm gonna send them the wrong item, I do it straight away. Otherwise, it's over. I just go back. I'm like, oh, it's out of stock. All right, go to my sales, go to my eBay, and then go to orders, all orders. All right. And then what I do is I just click this, and then let's say there were 3 of them, right? Oh, I can't show you that part. Sorry. No addresses, please. Okay, here. So let's say this is out of stock. Let's say this is out of stock. And that's it, right? So what we're going to do is we clicked them, and we're going to go to add edit note, and then just mark them as out of stock. Because remember, there's nothing wrong with not having an item. What eBay doesn't like is when you cancel the order because you don't have the item. I know this sounds stupid, but it's just the way that the policy works. Like, I don't have the item. I can admit that to eBay, but I'm not canceling the transaction. What I'm doing is getting the buyer to open a case against me and then closing it, because a full refund closes things really quickly, right? So that's what I would do. I would just mark it out of stock or out of stock like that. And then I would go down and look at the date paid. And once it's been about a week, that gives them enough time that I can message the buyer and be like, hey, there was an issue with this. I'm not sending it. Please start an item not received case so that I can issue you a full refund, right? And that's just how I do it moving forward, because now I don't need to worry about out of stocks anymore. And it actually begs, that boils into my next video, and it's like, SKU Grid. Oh man, all my credits. So that's what the next video is going to be about. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.